Welcome y'all to this back strengthener video. So just a quick one to run through a few exercises that build strength around the areas that will give your back a bit of structure, especially the low back, just to protect it and give it a bit of scaffolding to make it much stronger and keep those back pains at bay. So let's start lying on your back. You don't need a mat, you could be on a carpet or a rug. Just make sure that your feet aren't going to slide anywhere because we'll be doing some bridges. So let's start lying down. You're going to lie down on your back with a heavy head, heavy ribs, heavy hips, and your feet are hip width distance, so not too wide. And your feet are relatively close towards your bum, because if they're too far away, it can be really crampy in the hamstrings. So your arms will be down. We're going to be doing some bridging here. So we're going to be lifting our hips straight into the air, bum straight up, and then bum straight back down into the mat. So you're lifting your bum up, your back is coming up in one piece, and it's the tailbone leads back down to the floor. So bum up and down. And once you've got the hang of it, thinking about your knees not splaying out to the sides, really think about the knees staying in line with your hips and your feet. And then once you've got the hang of that, you're going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit. So as soon as you're down, you're back up again. So it's down and up and down and up. So you want your hips fully extended, even though you're going a bit quicker. Now, if you've been doing this video a few times, a couple of times, what I was going to say, a few times, or you're feeling this is easy, you can switch to doing single legs. So that's pressing off with just one leg, trying to keep the hips stable. So if this is pulling in your back at any point, just return to 2 feet on the ground. Otherwise, you're marching in place. 1 foot on the ground at a time, and as soon as you're down, you're back up again. So the same sort of speed. Try not to rotate in the hips, keep them nice and level. Let's do one more set side to side. And then we'll have a little wiggle, you can wiggle about side to side. And then the next thing we're going to do is roll onto our front. So let's roll over to our front. It's a really great way to use gravity to help us strengthen all down our back on our front. So let's widen our legs to wide as the mat, or wide as your shoulders if you're not on a mat. You're going to come into a diamond press position. So that is your thumb and your forefinger pressing together to make a diamond. And you're going to look through that hole that you've made with your elbows wide on the way down. Now we're going to go ahead and lift our head, our neck and our upper back. But you're trying only to lift to the base of your shoulder blades so that we can activate just our upper back muscles. So from here, you're going to have your tailbone reaching down towards your heels. Thinking about the tailbone down towards your heels gives a little bit of connection to our abdominals, but not much. You then lift your head, your neck, and you shine your chest forward. So think shoulders down your back, and then you lower your chest, neck, and head. Now it's quite easy to throw the head back. What we really want to do is get our breastbone forward, our chest shining towards the front of the wall, in front, and then we lower back down. So really think about it being more about unnestling the chest, getting it forward, getting shoulders down your back, and then resting back down. Now there shouldn't be any pressing coming into the arms. This is all your upper back strength. And then we lower down. And if it's ever pulling in the lower back, come up less high, or still think about tailbone down to heels. So you've got a bit of length for your lower back. Let's do one more. Lifting up, shining your chest forward. And then you're going to lower down and release. Have a shake of your hips from side to side just to release any tension that might have built up. And then we're going to come into a dart position. So dart gets the whole back line of the body. It's a really good one. You're going to have your toes together, your heels out to the side. Your arms down by your side, palms face the ceiling, and your head is down. So the palms are facing the ceiling when you're relaxed, and you've got your legs relaxed as well. So the first thing we're going to do is lift our head off the floor, still looking straight down. You lift your arms off the floor, and you draw your heels so they come together, but leave your legs on the ground, including your feet, especially if you have back pain. Don't put too much pressure on your lower back, so leave your legs grounded. You're then going to rotate your arms all the way so that the palms face the floor. That's your full dark position, long from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. And then you release back down and relax. So the palms face the ceiling, the legs are heels flop to the side, heads down. And we'll go again. So you're lifting your head, you're lifting your arms, you squeeze the legs together. Think about heels drawing towards each other, and rotate the arms so the palms face the floor. And you come back down again. So your watch points are not looking forward. You always want to be looking down, but you want to think about the back of the head lifting, squeezing those legs together. Legs stay grounded, and then back down. Let's do 3 more of these. So lifting up, fighting gravity, using your upper back, thinking about shoulder blades drawing together. Next 2 are your last 2. And again, if you can feel it too much and it's painful in your lower back, you're going to come up less high because it shouldn't be painful. So think about tailbone down towards the heels again, watching the range of the movement. Next one is your last one. So lifting up, squeezing legs together. And then you can release. You can take your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes. You're going to press yourself back into a child's pose, bum towards your heels. We just want to round our back the opposite way it was just working. So just take a second to let your back settle. So you can have your arms long to also stretch your shoulders. You could take your hands underneath your foreheads as hands or fists just to release your head and neck as well. But let's take a few nice deep breaths into the lower back. Feeling it expand and widen, and then breathing out, relaxing. 2 more of those. Nice big breath in, and then breathing out. And once again, nice big breath in, and breathing out. And then you're going to slowly restack your spine. We're going to stand up tall for our last exercise. So making your way up to standing for one final exercise. Now this one is a squat, but it's going to combine an extension. So just like what we worked on your front, but up standing. So it'll be the similar muscles, similar sensations. So finding your feet hip width distance, so not too wide. We want feet in line with our hips. And with a squat, think about the bum going straight back behind your knees over toes. So folding at hips, knees and ankles, and then standing tall. So just some squats first. So you're folding and you're pressing, you're trying not to round your spine. You really want to think long through the tailbone, out through the top of the head, and then standing. So let's do 1 more. And then we'll add the extension. So with the extension, you come into your regular squat again, but this time we're going to start lifting our head, our neck, our chest. Think diamond press from the 2 exercises ago. You hold this as you swing your hips, send your hips forward. Weight into the toes. The weight is in the toes, not the heels, so you're in a little mini back bend. And then you restack your spine, you can kind of shake it out as well. So we'll keep doing this so you can get the hang of it. So coming into your squat, you're actively lifting your chest up towards the ceiling. Think shoulder blades down your back. You hold that position as you send your hips forward, weight into the toes, a little mini back bend, and then we stand nice and tall and shake it out. Let's keep going, a few more. So into your squat. Really think nice and active through the back. Think about the weight coming into the toes, not the heels, because we want to be really active down the whole back body so that it feels comfortable to be a mini extension. Let's do 2 more. So we're coming into your squat. We're lifting our chest, head and neck, and then we send our hips forward, weight into the toes, and restack tall. And the next one is the very last one. Coming into your squat. Lifting up, and then we send our hips forward, weight into the toes, and then we stand tall and give it a little shake out. So do a couple of side reaches just to stretch you out. So feet are still hip width. You're just going to lift one arm up and over, grounding through your feet. Have a big stretch and stand tall. And then the other side, nice big lift, big inhale, and standing tall. 2 more to each side. So really lifting, lengthening, just going purely one side into the other. And the next round is your last round, and then you've made it. And back down. And one more, up and over. And then we'll come back down. You're going to shake it out. And you've made it. Well done. So keep repeating this video as many times as you like, maybe building up to those single leg bridges. And you did a really good job. So keep working on the back strength. We spend a lot of time at the front of ourselves working on the front. So if we can really work on the back, even better for your back pain and posture. Thank you very much.